Well, this week, former Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms floated the idea of a run for governor here in Georgia. It comes after President Trump's social media post saying that he fired Bottoms and others from their roles at the White House. Well, Bottoms held a few roles in the Biden administration, including senior advisor. Well, in a one-on-one interview, she set the record straight.
I resigned January 4th. I sent a letter to President Biden thanking him for the opportunity to serve on the President's Export Council. And I made my resignation date effective January 20th. And so to answer your question, why Donald Trump singled me out at 1:30 a.m. following his historic inauguration, putting me in the category of retired military general, a man who's feeding displaced people in Los Angeles, former envoy to Iran, I don't know. I like to think that I'm in great company, but I can't begin to tell you why President Trump does any of the things that he does, but he did. And what was really interesting about it, when he campaigned, he talked about reducing the price of eggs on day one and ending the war in Ukraine on day one. So there were all these expectations, and instead he sent a social media text supposedly firing me from a job that didn't pay me and a job that I had already resigned from.
What is your message to the guy up top, to President Trump today?
My message would be just to remember that you are a president for all America at this point. I don't think there's anybody who wants to see the President of the United States fail. But in succeeding, that means that you are thinking about not just the people who voted for you, but the people who didn't vote for you. How can we move our country forward? If people are concerned about economic issues, then address those issues. If you think you can do better with inflation, if you believe that you can stop the war in Ukraine, if you believe that you can improve immigration policies, whatever the things may be, do it for all people and not just the people that voted for you. But what's really concerning to me when you look at the pardons given to the January 6th prisoners, these were people who were attacked police officers, violent offenders. And there's now talk about them coming to the White House. And it just sends such a troubling message to people across this country, and especially to our children. What is the penalty for doing bad things when you can do it and get away with it, and the President of the United States says it's okay?
Now that there is a new administration, are you retiring from politics?
I've never retired from politics. From leaving the mayor's office to my time going into the White House, my involvement with the DNC as a party. And I always said when I left the mayor's office, that was not the end of my career in politics. So I'm keeping all of my options open. We know that there are races that will be taking place in the state of Georgia in 2026. I'm paying attention to what those opportunities may be. And, I'm in prayer and discussion with my family, and I'll just say stay tuned.
Do you think you see yourself more on the campaign side or in the driver's seat for these upcoming elections?
Driver's seat.
All right, the tease of the moment there. You can watch our extended interview with her right now on 11 Alive Plus.